first got here too, I thought it was just going to be a carburetor issue. But that's what happens. And now we're here. What's going on, repair gang? Today's video, I'm going to show you guys something here. And it's probably something pretty simple, but you guys got to pay attention for if you're new to this, or if you're someone who's wondering why your machine's not running. I have a DR chipper shredder here. This has a Briggs & Stratton on it, and I'm going to show you guys, you know, where we're at. So let me go ahead and show you guys the engine and the chipper shredder, and this will work on every engine that has this. So here we go. We got the Briggs engine, we got the chipper shredder. Now I determined from spraying carburetor cleaner inside there it's not firing. So I was hoping it started and died, then I would know it was a carburetor problem. But after that, I can feel the compression. After that, I put a spark plug in here because it's easier just to put a spark plug in, test it, instead of taking out the one you got. And I realized there's no spark. So what I'm going to check first, and you always check this first, is your oil. And when I open this, I can see under it too, there's oil. Why is there oil? This thing is plumb dry. You know, even you're supposed to screw it all the way in to test the level, but even just dipping it in, you should get something on there. And I'm getting nothing on there. Yeah, see, I didn't even get no spillage. So I'm gonna add some oil to this to the correct level, and I'm gonna see if I got spark again. And you also gotta sit here and wonder too, like, is this thing leaking oil? Do I have to do a lot more work? Well, we're gonna find all that out in the video, hopefully. Let me add the oil first and see if I can get my spark back and fire this bad boy up and running. Look how much it's taken. Even though this has a dipstick, you always want to go to just the threads. So I still need to add a little bit more. Okay, now let me dipstick it. Yeah, see, now I know I got oil in there. Perfect, fellas, perfect. So let me see if this thing has fire now. Okay, spark plug tester is back on. Add some go-go juice. I still think I'm getting no spark. However, though, it's not a good thing that all this is pulled up down here, this oil. This engine could be shot to shit. But I'm gonna determine all that now. Sometimes you come out and repair is easy. Sometimes you come out and the repair is gonna be a nightmare. I believe this engine could be just blown up. Do I take the engine off and take it with me, or take the whole machine with me? Right now what I'm looking for is, and see, I'm losing oil. That's not good. I'm taking this one does not have a low oil sensor. I was looking at that to see if I could disconnect that. I'm gonna try to pop it again, see if it pops. Yeah, nothing. That's concerning. Okay, so Jesus Christ. So I'm thinking if it's, let me check the oil again. How much did it leak out? No, we're still good on that now. Yeah. Okay. So I think our nose spark could come from the coil. I'm trying to determine if it'd be easier to take the machine or just take the engine. Because I have to disconnect this and the shroud to get to the coil. Which I think I could do all that. But then I still got to determine the leak. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do, fellas. I'm going to take off the recoil. I'm going to take off the carburetor. I'm going to take off the shroud. I'm going to get to the coil. I'm going to wipe all this down here. Clear down here. I'm going to order all the parts. I'm going to come back. And if it's a bunch of oil, I know I got to do a lot more. Well, let's get to removing some stuff off this, shall we? 8mm, 10mm, probably a few more 10s and 8s around. But I'm going to show you guys all that now. Okay, we're going to start with the carburetor because I believe it's the only 2 10s right off the head. But right here, there's an 8. You want to get that one off. And then we switch to our 10. And we're going to take those 2 front bolts off there. And now with this one removed and those 2 removed, we can just pull this right off. We have the gas off. And now this choke, you just pull this off. Get a good angle on it. Should just pull right off just like that. And we're able to remove that. The shroud. The shroud is covered in either gas or oil. I'm gonna get a rag too. Here's the carburetor. I'm gonna need carburetor clamps. I don't know, let me check the gas. Is there gas in this thing? If so, I need the fuel clamp. Yes, there's a lot of gas in there. Okay. So we'll also have to leave my fuel clamp here with the gentleman while I go and get the parts, because I'll be back this weekend. But you guys will see this video before then. Let's talk about getting this shroud off. I know there's an 8mm here. And that is only to pull this back here, which bends. It purposely bends so we don't have to take off the other thing. Now in here we can either get a Torx or an 8. I don't know what you guys are seeing. There's one right there. There's one right there. Don't let them go all over the place. People in the comments yell at me when that happens. It's funny as fuck. We get one right here. So far that's 3. God, it's oily. And one more up here. So 4 total to remove the shroud. Now right here, we got 2 8s for the coil. And then we're gonna wipe it around. And here comes the customer, so I'm gonna explain what I'm gonna do. Hey partner. Yeah. What I'm thinking is the coil could be bad, but it had very low oil, and there's a big puddle of oil right there.
Well, yeah, probably from when it was turned over on its side.
Yeah, so I'm hoping that it's just a coil, and we can clean the carburetor. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna order the new coil, and I'm gonna take the carburetor and I'm gonna clean it. And then I should get them hopefully by this weekend. And this Sunday I can be out here and I'm gonna wipe all that oil off. And if I come back and there's a puddle of oil, that means something's bad. something critically
like
is
I said, I hauled it around my pickup for 2 days and it was fell over. And
I just want to make sure that it's not a problem like a cracked crankcase or anything, okay?
right.
So we're going to wipe it off pure clean. I'm going to clean it up real nice and pretty.
Yeah, there was no oil there before I
Yeah.
took it to town.
I just want to make sure, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's better safe than sorry. But I'm going to order a new coil because we have no spark.
Okay.
That's number one thing right off the head. So I'm going to look all that up. I'm going to take it all off, look it all up, and then let you know a price, and then we'll go from there.
All right.
Okay. 2 8mm for the coil. And now, I guess we can remove this carburetor. This is the part where you gotta there's a thing that holds, even if you don't remove the carburetor and you're just trying to get the coil out, there's a little gasket that holds that carburetor on. And what you want to do is undo it from there, or I mean, holds the coil on, undo it from there and pull it right here. And then this is the kill wire up here, and this other wire goes down and around through here, but it looks like it's disconnected from something over here. I'm hoping I don't have to remove the gas tank to get to that, but we'll see. Okay, you see those nuts right there? That's 2 13mm nuts. I should be able to just lift the gas tank then. So let's get to that. Did I say 13? I meant 12. So there's one loose. You can just undo it by hand. This should allow me to lift the gas tank up a little bit. If not, there's only one more nut holding it. But if you have a good set of ratchet wrenches, this is what they're good for, to get in these hard to reach places. This is becoming a lot more pain in the ass than I want it to be. 8mm bolt here, 8mm bolt here. These two remove our throttle system, allowing us to get to the 8mm bolt right here. And this video is showing you guys, you know, pretty much that's gonna allow me not to have to leave a pair of fuel clamps here. Tell you that much. Let me remove this spring right down here. Oh, there goes the whole gas tank. That's fine. There we go. Remove that. Remove that. Now from here I can get off the gas tank and put it aside and make sure no gas is leaking anywhere. Now where the hell is this thing sticking at? Oh, it had a little clamp. That's why it was being held up. So there's our coil. Look at that. Pain in the ass. Whew. Okay, now let's do a little cleanup of what I'm taking and what I'm not taking. I'm not taking that, and I'm not taking the gas tank. I'm not taking the shroud. Not taking the air filter. I'm not taking the recoil. I am taking the carburetor. I am taking the coil. But I need to remove one little thing off this throttle system here, which is the kill wire. I'll put the throttle system aside. I'll take the coil. I'll take the carburetor. Little gaskets I will take. And I'm going to put every single nut and bolt, even from the stuff I'm not taking, in my little jar here. This way 100% when I come back, I have all the parts and none of them get lost from the customer or any of that. Make sure to grab my tools, air filter cover, put over there. And now I'm going to look up the parts I need, give them a diagnostic and how much it's going to be. And we're going to wipe this off here. And then I'm going to collect half the money down. That's our parts. and deposit. Now we're hoping when we come back, I'm gonna clean this up a lot better, but I'm hoping when we come back there's no oil. So I found the part online and we got it cleaned so we can see if there's any problems when we come back, but hopefully I'm praying there's not. When I do come back, I'll clean off this rust and stuff. You can see kind of a little indentation there from where the coil was sitting. So we're gonna put a new coil on this, clean up the carburetor. That spark plug looks new. It looks like he changed it. It's a Champion. Normally they'll come with NGK on a OEM Briggs or one of the Briggs spark plugs. But, however, we're looking at a $30 part. Labor, I'm trying to think of a price here. Probably $175 is what I'm gonna charge. Okay, I'll let you know. So all in all, not a bad repair, just leaving now. I'm gonna order the parts and then it should be here and I should be able to finish this next weekend. So I'm gonna make a video on that, getting this thing running all the way. But I wanna let you guys know what I charged and why I came up with that price. So this, I came here and I thought it was gonna be something simple, you know, quick 75 bucks for a carburetor clean. Turns out when you diagnose it a little bit deeper, turns out that it's the no spark. So we thought maybe because it had low oil, because we accidentally tipped it over. So we put oil in it, still no spark. So we're gonna order a coil. I found a coil on Amazon for 26 bucks. You know my rule, I updated the nearest 30. So it's a $30 part. So what I charged him was 2 hours of labor, $65 an hour. That's gonna be 140, if I know, 130 if I do my math right. So 65 times 2 is 130. Plus the part is 150 plus $20 travel fee from Kingman to Valley Vista. So all in all, 180 bucks. I charged him 80 up front just so I can have a deposit on the parts and stuff and for my driving. And yeah, we'll get it all fixed next weekend. Okay, repair gang, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.